What up? What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is fantasy football and predictions. Okay. I'm not going to hold you. Let's just go in. All right. Now, first player I think that you should be trying to get off the waiver wires, probably pretty simple to, come to this conclusion, but it's Palmer. Okay. Joshua Palmer of the Chargers. Look, Mike Williams got hurt. They're going to need some help from Palmer. Okay. I think you should consider getting him. Don't walk, run to go get Joshua Palmer. Also, I think that you should consider getting Parham. Okay. So both Palmer and Parham off the Chargers is who you should be targeting. Now, why did I say Parham? Well, I think that the QB is going to be looking for Parham too. He's not just going to be looking for Palmer. And you still got Keenan there, Keenan Allen doing some big things, but what if he gets hurt, right? So you have to have some guys there that are going to carry that load. And I think both Palmer and Parham is going to be the bigger beneficiaries of that. I know there's a rookie there in Carolina too, but I wouldn't say go get him yet because I would probably have to see it to believe it. But the ball is already getting to Parham. So you might want to consider picking him up if he's available, because I think he's going to be the immediate beneficiary along with Palmer. So don't overlook Parham also. Okay. Another player you should be looking to go get if he's available is Dales, okay, of the Houston Texans. This guy has been balling out, and he got more fantasy points than a lot of veterans out there. Okay, he seemed to have good chemistry with his QB. I believe his QB is Stroud, and if he's available, you should go get him. Because they seem to have a chemistry with each other. So you want to be on the front end of that and going to get Stroud. So that's CJ Stroud. So go get CJ Stroud, go get Dales, and ball out. Put them on your bench. But I'm gonna tell you something. They balling more than a lot of these veterans. I don't know what's going on. I know there's a lot of rust, especially in the first 4 games of the season. But like I said before, I'm going to be expecting more out of you come game 5. And when I say you, I mean all, fantasy football players or just football players and teams all together. I just think that, first 4 games are pretty much preseason, to be honest. They preseason quality games because people are just knocking rust off. All right. Another player you should consider getting is Mooney. Okay, Mooney is a kicker for San Francisco. If he's available, go scoop him up. You got to figure this. San Francisco is going to be in the red zone a lot. They're going to be in field goal position a lot. And Mooney has been seeing a direct benefit to this field position. So if he's available, he's probably doing better than your current kicker. So go pick up Mooney, okay, of San Francisco, the kicker. He's doing some big things there. Next up is Aubrey of Dallas. Okay, he's another kicker. He's doing some big things. So is Prater in Arizona. I personally would go pick up Mooney first because I know they're going to have the field position, or I would pick up Aubrey also of Dallas. Prater is doing good in Arizona, but he would probably be the last kicker I go after. I would go after Mooney and Aubrey first. So uh, you know, check those kickers out. Next up is uh, Latavius Murray, okay, of the Bills. Now, it's not somebody I'm going to rush out after. I would say put him on your watch list, but it's pretty clear that he's out snapping some of the people. He's there with um, he's there with he's there strictly to be a goal line back, okay, and he knows his job. They asked him, what are you doing in Buffalo? He said, "Look, I'm here to be a goal line player. That's what I'm here for. That's my job." So, I think he's behind Cook, and I think that he is very touchdown dependent, to be honest, because I don't think it's going to be like in the PPR league, or I should just say, don't expect a whole lot of rushing yards from him. I will say he's very touchdown dependent, but he's worth at least keeping an eye on. Okay. Um, and there you have it from a lot of the guys who you should probably be looking to pick up in the waiver wires. Joshua Palmer, Parham, Mooney, Aubrey, Prater. Those are kickers. Latavius Murray. He's very touchdown dependent. Dales, CJ Stroud. Another guy that you should probably be trying to trade for. If I were you, I would be trying to trade for Alvin Kamara if you can, and try and get Alvin Kamara off of whoever has him. Just put it in the trade. Just put it in the trade because uh, you know Williams is hurt. He's going to be out some more weeks, and they don't really have a solid running back. And this guy is practically probably going to come back and be a every down back for the most part. At least a 3 down back. So I would put in a trade for Kamara to see if uh, so you should see if he's available, see if he's worth trading for. Um, but when he comes back, he's gonna probably be the workhorse of New Orleans. So I will put in for a trade for him. Um, and there you have it from some of the fantasy football waiver wire picks you should pick. Now let's get to some of the games of the week and some of my predictions. Okay. Now, first game up is Lions and Packers. All right. Now, this is another toss-up game. I have to say though that I'm gonna have to go with the Lions because I think they just got a little too much firepower for the Packers. Packers is my team, but this might be one of those weeks we have to take a L because I just think that Detroit is probably better offensively and have more chemistry offensively than we do right now. We did beat the Saints last week, but that was by the skin of our teeth. Thanks to their kicker, we ended up winning that game. So I'm gonna have to go with the Lions because I just think they have more chemistry at QB and with their receivers. I think Love and them is still trying to figure it out. Love was doing pretty good in his first. He's still doing pretty good in his first 3 games as a starter, but um, I think that they still got some things they got to work on. Aaron Jones was hurt. Dylan is just really not doing it. Um, but their receivers are pretty good young receiving core. Hopefully, we'll get Watson back in the receiving core for Green Bay. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I'm gonna go Lions. Next game up is Falcons and Jaguars. Okay. I think Falcons are pretty good, halfway decent, but I think the Jaguars are going to win this game. I think they're pretty good offensively. Trevor Lawrence, he's still got some ballers over there. So I think that they're going to have enough to pull past the Falcons. I think a lot of things have been working for the Falcons' advantage in the first couple games of the season, but I don't think it's going to help them with the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are going to have enough to get the W. Next up is Vikings Panthers. All right. I'm going to go with the Vikings on this game. I think that, Jefferson is just going to be too much for the Panthers. I believe that, the QB is going to have some pretty good weapons to go to. Hawkinson is going to be one. Like I said, Jefferson is going to be another one. And they got some good receivers to get the ball out. They are struggling a little bit on running the ball. Madison is not doing as well as expected, but I've seen Cook too, and Cook, even if they would have kept Cook, he wouldn't be doing much better. At least I don't think so. So they traded Cook away. They gave the keys to Madison, and he's still trying to find his way. So they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot, and I think they'll get past the Panthers. Next game up is Bengals versus the Titans. All right. Both of these teams are very mysterious to me, man. It's kind of hard to say. I think the Bengals are going to pull it off, but it really could go either way. I wouldn't even put any money on this one. I wouldn't bet anything because it's one of those coin toss games. But if I had to choose one, I would go with the Bengals because I think that now is the time where you're going to start seeing a little bit more chemistry from Burrow to the rest of his receiving core. Okay. First couple of weeks it was Higgins. Last week it was Chase. So I think he's going to start getting back to building up the chemistry, knocking all of the rust off, and I think that they're going to have enough to get by the Titans. Next up is Broncos versus the Saints. All right. And I'm going to go with not the Broncos, the Buccaneers versus the Saints. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. I think they're going to have enough they got Mike Evans over there, Godwin. I think they're going to have enough to get by the Saints. I think their defense is going to be enough to get them by the Saints. It's not much else really to be said. The Saints are a pretty good team, but I think that the Buccaneers will have enough to beat them. We'll see what happens. Next game up, Dolphins, Bills. All right. Now, Dolphins is the most high-powered offense of this young season, and I think they got the most points, the most yards. I think they are balling out. However, I'm picking the Bills to win this game because I think the Bills defense is going to give Miami some problems. I think, in particularly Tua. I don't think it's going to be as look. Both teams are beatable. Okay, both teams are beatable. I just think that the Bills are going to have enough. I think they're going to have enough. I think it's going to be an interesting game to watch. I wouldn't put no money on this one though, but if I had to pick a team, I'm gonna go with the Bills to beat the Bengals. I mean, not the Bengals, but the Dolphins. I've seen the Dolphins be vulnerable, okay? And when faced with a very tough defense, they have problems. So I'm picking the Bills to win over the Dolphins. Next game up is the Broncos versus the Bears. And this this game is I don't know what to say about this game. This game is going to be crazy because I mean these are two, in my opinion, these are two of the sorriest teams in the NFL right now. Is the Broncos and the Bears. So this is a toss-up game. I don't know who's gonna win this. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I think they're gonna have enough to get past the Bears. I think that it's probably going to be Russell Wilson's best game of the year. They just got beat up on by the Dolphins. Okay, so I think Russell Wilson is going to be in a bit of a zone. I think they're going to have a lot. They just got 70 points put on them, but I think that they're going to come out to this Bears game and they're really going to try to prove something to the world and to the league and to everybody. So I think the Broncos are going to come out with this W over the Bears. Next up is the Commanders versus the Eagles. All right. I am going to go with the Eagles. I don't think it's much surprise here. And this is my lock game. So you could probably put something on it. I'm not advising you to do that, but I think the Eagles are going to beat the Commanders. If the Commanders beat the Eagles, I will be so shocked. So I think they got enough. They got Hurts over there. They got Smith. They got some weapons over there. They got Brown. So they got some weapons. So let's see what happens. But I think everybody knows that the Eagles are going to beat the Commanders. Next game up is Steelers versus the Texans. All right. And with this pick, I'm going to go with the Texans. I don't know what's going on with Steeler Nation. Najee Harris is just not getting it done. They got a hurt guy, DeAndre Johnson, I believe, and I don't think he's going to be ready in time for this game. So I'm going to go with the Texans. Texans got Dale. They got Robert Woods. Okay. They have Nick Collins. So I think that their receiving core they have enough, and they got I believe they got Pierce, I think his name is, the running back in the backfield. I think they got enough offensively to get by the Steelers. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Texans over the Steelers. Steelers, they've seen better days, to be honest. Next up, Raiders, Chargers. All right. This is a toss-up game. I wouldn't put nothing on this one. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I am going to go with the Chargers to win, though, but I think it's going to be one of those games that's going to be high. I think if you're looking for games that will have a lot of points, I think the Broncos Bears game probably will have a lot of points. I think the Raiders and Chargers will have a lot of points on them. You may even have the Viking Panther game that have a lot of points. I think the Packers Lions will have a medium amount of points. So, in a 21 to 24, 28 point. But I think that I'm going to choose the Chargers over the Raiders because I just think that they're going to put up a lot of points. And I think that the Raiders are going to put up some points. Devontae Adams, I think he's going to ball out on the Chargers, and it's going to keep going back and forth. So it might even be a last-minute win by the Chargers. Next up is Cardinals versus 49ers. This is my lock, too, for the 49ers. I think they're going to beat the Cardinals pretty, I think it's pretty predictable. I think it's going to be pretty obvious. I mean, if the Cardinals end up being San Francisco, I'm going to have to reevaluate a lot of stuff along with everybody else. But I will go with the 49ers to pretty much stomp all over the Cardinals. And I think it's going to be, for the most part, pretty lopsided game. Next up is Patriots versus the Cowboys. Okay. This is going to be another lopsided game. I think the Cowboys is going to win this one. I take that back. I don't think it's going to be that lopsided. I think it's going to be competitive, but I think the Cowboys is going to come out on top. I think that the Patriots, I've never been a Mac Jones fan. I just don't, he's just never been that guy to me. So I never really tripped on him. So, not saying he can't get the job done, but I think that since they're going to be playing the Cowboys, I think that, what's his name? The tight end for New England, I think he's going to really, Hunter Henry. I think Hunter Henry is going to have a good day because they're not going to see a whole lot of stuff in the secondary. So I think that Mac Jones is going to be dumping it out a lot to Hunter Henry. So if you got Hunter Henry on your team, I think you should plug him in. And he's going to be a tight end one, in my opinion, this week because they're going to have everything else locked except that tight end position. So Hunter, I think Mac Jones is going to be feeding it to Hunter Henry. Next up, Chiefs versus the Jets. All right. I think this is going to be pretty lopsided. I think the Chiefs are going to win very convincingly, long as they still got Wilson, the Jets still got Wilson as the QB. I think that they're going to be in trouble a lot, and their defense is going to be playing on their heels. And if you're playing on your heels and you're playing the Chiefs, you're going to lose. Okay. Look, the Jets already pulled off an upset when they beat the Bills. Okay. They already pulled off one upset. They can do it again. I don't think they're going to do it again. Okay. But because Chiefs is a different animal and they know how to put points on that board. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win over the Jets. And I think that's another lock game of the week for me. Next up, Seattle versus the Giants. All right. I think that Uh, this game is going to be pretty. I think it's going to be pretty high powered game. I think it's going to be a good amount of points played in this one. I think it's going to be Seattle who comes out on top, but it could really go either way. A lot will depend on um, the Giants QB. A lot will depend on him and how he plays. I think that if he runs the ball, then I think that if he runs the ball, he could really uh, beat Seattle. But I don't know if he's going to do that. And I just think that Seattle has enough to win. But I think Jones is a guy who's athletic and with his feet, and he can move the chains pretty good. It just seemed like their defense really sucks. It seemed like the Giants defense is really trash. Okay. So that's why I think that Seattle is going to win over New York. Um, questionable play at QB and then the receiving core, and then the defense is just atrocious. So I'm picking the Seahawks to win that game. And there you have it for this week's week 4 that's coming up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Did I miss a waiver wire pick? Put it in the comments who I missed, who else you're looking for. I'm sure people will be interested to know what game did you think I missed? What game do you think is going to be an upset, so to speak, as far as my list is concerned? I'd like to know that too. And let me know why you think that will be the case. All right. All that being said, hit the like, share, and subscribe for real. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.